Hello, welcome to Animansa Studios. This is the part 4 of the making or modeling of a bus stop stand. And this is the final part. In this part, we are not going to do too much of modeling. What we are going to do is to add some details to our bus stop stand, then texture it. So if you are new to the channel, kindly hit on the subscription button, turn on the bell notification. And if you have not been following us from the first part of this video, to get a better understanding of this tutorial, I recommend you go and watch the part 1, 2, and 3 of this tutorial. Alright, without further ado, let's get into this. So now we are going to add a plane. I think, like I said in the last part, that we are going to add some details to the legs of this bench. So now let's bring in a plane. Shift A to bring in a plane. Okay, before we bring in a plane, let me turn on my screencast key so that if you do not understand what I'm saying, you can follow along with the screencast key. Alright, Shift A, look for a plane, bring in a plane. So I'm going to scale it, something like this. Let me look at it from the front view, move it to this part here, top view, turn on my wireframe, scale it. Alright, then move to the edit mode and then extrude towards the z-axis, something like this. Alright, let's look at it from the object mode and see what it looks like. Alright, so side view, let me move it towards the y axis, keep it here. Alright, this is what it looks like. Alright, I think I'm going to make it round a bit. I'm going to make it round. So I'll select all the edges, or shift, select edges, shift, select edges, then bevel like this. Alright, something like this is fine, but I would have brought in a cylinder if I wanted something like this. I've brought in a cylinder, but it's fine. Alright, so something like this is cool. Let me duplicate it to the other legs. Alright, or this. Alright, what is happening? To duplicate Alt D, Alt D. Oh, what's the issue here? Let's see what's happening. Alt D supposed to duplicate this. Alright, so we are going to use Shift D to duplicate. Shift D to duplicate. Move it towards the x-axis. Alright, So now, all right. Think we are through with that. Wait, can we say that the leg of this bench is somewhere closer to the pillar? So what you're going to do is to shift this. Let's shift this a bit out. Let's shift it out. Something like this. Alright. That means we are going to shift this one as well. Oh, I was supposed to join this too. Alright. Something like this. Right. Alright, that's that. I think let me put some, I think should we call them bold? Let me bring in something like bold. Alright. Not really bold. Right click, auto shade smooth, scale it, scale it, scroll it, move it like this, move it up, and alright, something like this. Let's add this. Alright, I don't know what this is called, but just putting them like, I think a bolt, or I don't know. I'm just putting them just to make our bust of stand look a bit real. Alright, so the next thing here, I think I'm not done with this. I'm not done with this. Mm, Alright. So nice. Fantastic. That is pretty cool. Alright. The next thing here, I think, do we need to do we need to add, is there any other thing to be added here? Alright, and remember in the last or previous parts, I talked about adding some details to this roof, but from the look of things, I think we are just going to leave it this way. We are going to leave the roof this way. It is stylized bus stop stand, so you are not going to add more details. We'll leave it this way. So now let's get into texturing. Alright, so I'm going to split the viewports. Alright, split the viewports. Alright, so here I'll keep this. I'll put here at the render view and bring in some lighting. Let me bring in some lighting. I'll start with the area lights. Area lights. Area lights. Let me give it something like 100 is fine. 100 is fine. Let me look at it from this end. Alright. Code base here. Alright, let me keep the light thing. Selected the light. Alright. So RX minus 90. Move it for this direction. Bring it to something like this. Then duplicate RZ90. Something like this is fine. Then one 80. Then shift rotate 180. Alright. Okay. So I'll start with the pillars. The pillars here, let me add. So yeah, I'll give the metallic one, give the roughness 0.3, give the roughness 0.3. Alright, let me just everything here that requires a metal. Should have metal. Alright. So Control I to link material. Alright. That's that. So all this. Alright. So now let's see what we have got. The light is too bright. Let me keep it at 50. Let me keep this one at 50. Keep this one at 50. Then our wall property. Let me bring in our HDRS. Alright. Alright, now let's go to the glass property, new. So delete this, bring in the glass here, bring glossy, bring mix shader, duplicate the mix shader. So this will go to this, the glossy, duplicate it. The first one goes to the first mix shader. Then the second one goes to the second mix shader, and this goes here. Then we'll bring in the last one, the layer weight node. keep it somewhere here. Connect it to the factor of the second mix shader. Then we can keep this at 0.05. Then this can be at 0.2. Now let's connect it to the surface. And then we have our glass. See our glass. Now we have our glass. Now to see this very well, we need to be in the circles and not the EV. Be in the circles. Alright. Now it's making more sense now. So now we're going to select this glass. Select this glass. Select this glass. No, then that's not a glass. Let me keep it at the EV face. So now, let's come here. Select this glass. Select this glass. No, that is the light. Select this glass. Select this glass. Select this glass. Then control link material. Alright, now so if we go back to the circles, you can see our glass. You can see our glass. So now the bench. Now it's time for the bench. Now this is not meant to shade this material. So we are going to create a new material for this. So let's go to the material property, create new material, and you give this something brown, something like this. Then the roughness will be here. Then let's see how it is. Alright, let's select everything, assign, then go back. The roughness would be 10. 0.4 is fine. Then metallic, it doesn't have to be metal. And keep it, let's use black. Let's use black. Alright. Now the roof. The roof is going to maintain this link material. Alright, so now let's go here. New, let's go to glass. Copy this. Copy this. Then go to roof. New. Delete. Paste. New here. Then you go to edit modes. So go to edit mode. Now let's select these faces and assign. Open the objects. Select faces. Then assign. Alright, let's go back to this. Alright, our bus stop is ready. As you can see, our bus stop is ready. Alright, we are through with the texturing and now we are rendering our bus stop stand. If you enjoyed this tutorial, kindly give a thumb up and share this video. Thank you. See you in the next one.